On this episode of The Journey, we find some of the most beautiful Lord of the Rings-like architecture nestled in the forest. Oh my gosh, I think I see it through there. I find an ice station in the middle of nowhere. And then we reminisce on the wholesome times of living life on the prairie. Gotta say, my wife is blending in nicely with the attire. Live, thrive, build! Well, we are almost to Anthony's Chapel, and I am so freaking excited. I'm really curious what the drive-in's gonna look like. I feel like we're getting close. Oh, there's the sign. Oh, we're walking down the path. Wait, what's that? What's that tower thing? Holy smokes. Was that the bell tower? That's crazy looking. Alright, here it is. The moment we have been waiting for after driving 2 days to get here. Finally, Anthony's Chapel. But wait. As soon as we were walking up to the chapel, a security guard stopped us and told us to turn off the camera because someone had reserved the chapel for a wedding and we would have to come back in 2.5 hours, so we had to wait it out. But luckily for you guys, you'll get to see it in just a second. Because we did wait out that wedding and hung out in the gardens and then went back to explore the chapel entirely. This place is incredible.
As we entered, it felt like we were walking into an Elvish scene like inside Rivendell in Lord of the Rings. This chapel has 10,000 square feet of glass, seats 160 people, and while it was built only 16 years ago, it still has the essence of Middle-earth written all over it. Afterwards, our own little hobbits also enjoyed exploring the epic bell tower nearby.
Wow, wasn't that amazing?
That was incredible. Like, that's been on our bucket list for ages, and I'm so glad we made it happen. It was in the middle of nowhere, but well worth the drive.
Yeah, the drive was like, I'm like, okay, this is just normal little roads, normal little houses. It was like, bam, Anthony's Chapel. Actually, it wasn't very bam. It was more like you had to like walk through the forest, and then it was like, bam. That's why I really liked the editing there, where it was like slow motion. Like we're really in the movie. It was so crazy. It really was like walking into like a Lord of the Rings kind of vibe. But I didn't see anything like that on any of the reviews or anything online. Like no one mentioned that kind of feel. I don't know if that's just like our imagination.
LOTR geeks.
I don't know what that means. She just explained it to me in between that split. So yeah, I'm obviously not one of those geeks apparently. Well, do you know what time it is?
What time is it, Bob?
Does anybody know what time it is?
What time is it?
You're supposed to say tool time. It's that time of the video where we talk about our made-up sponsor of the day. The sponsor of today's video is Lacay. Are you into alternative medicine perhaps? Well, have you thought about alternative cleaning? And no, I'm not talking about just Dr. Bronner's. I'm talking about an all-new solution called Lacay. Are your children too clean? Maybe a little too sterilized? Not to worry, just submerge them fully in Lacay. Lacay also works on dishes, clothing, or the occasional vehicle you may have backed into the water while trying to unload your boat.
Well, you wanted the carcass wash.
So throw out those dishwashers and forget your showers. Just choose Lacay, the dirtiest way to clean.
Cadence, what'd you think about that?
Cool.
You like the chapel?
Big. Yeah. It was so big.
Yeah.
It barely blew my eyes. And I just, it was lovely. It was amazing. It's lovely. Remember when you walked me down the aisle?
Oh yeah, I did take a video of that. So, where are we on to next?
So we are currently driving through Arkansas, the northwest corner, trying to skirt through and not hit a tornado warning that was out west of us. And we are headed to a campground for $15 a night in Coffeyville, Kansas, hoping that it pans out.
We're at a new campsite, and they just were able to squeeze us in. While we were packing up here in Kansas from the campground, we realized we needed some ice for our cooler. So I decided to download the You Might Be a Redneck app on my phone, and I was able to find an ice machine in the middle of nowhere. So that worked out.
So we're on our way to the Little House on the Prairie Museum, and the kids are so excited.
Excited?
Yeah.
It's quite flat out here. Oh, is that Jeremiah's house? All the directions on the website were saying you will surely get lost. I don't know how Laura Ingalls figured out how to make a website, but maybe she used something like Wix or something like that. Something very intuitive.
Roadside bingo where you look along the route.
I made one whole line.
Cool. I gotta say, my wife is blending in nicely with the attire. Was this replicating?
The home that they lived in for 3 years in Kansas when Carrie was born.
Wow. So Little House was cool.
Yeah, it was really sweet. Definitely took me back to reading the books and watching the movies and all of that. And it was fun to see the kids' excitement as well.
So, what did you guys think about Little House on the Prairie?
It was awesome. Yeah, I got a fidget spinner and she got a little doll and bought it.
Oh, there's the doll.
I loved it. It was so fun.
I must say though, I was a little surprised they had fidget spinners in the gift shop.
So we bought a bonnet and a little doll and 3 fidget spinners.
And we almost bought a pack of snickerdoodle cookie dough mix, you know, for someone. But oddly enough, they don't do organic back in the Little House days, apparently.
To subscribe right here. We need to subscribe yeah.
In the next episode of The Journey, we find an unexpected oasis in Kansas. Look at this amazing spot Ariel found. Then we go raw milk hunting in the middle of nowhere. Not a normal road by any means.
So he's giving me a hard time for finding this place that quote unquote was right off the highway.
And might be a store, allegedly. And then I get chased by a friendly mob of young children.
My mom.
So until next time, my name is Leif. Keep living, thriving, and building.